Hi and welcome. In this quick demo, I'm going to show you how BookCover Studio AI helps you create the visual side of your book without needing a designer. Because this is where a lot of book projects slow down or even fall down. The writing may be finished, the idea may be strong, the content may be useful, but if the cover looks weak or flat or generic or homemade, people do judge the book by the cover before they ever read a word. They quite literally judge your book by its cover. That's what BookCover Studio AI is built to fix. It helps you create sales-ready book covers, mock-ups, and promotional visuals inside ChatGPT using a guided process instead of forcing you to guess your way through the design. And yes, it will work with the free version of ChatGPT. For this demo, I'm actually going to run through a few different examples. I have already created them simply so that you don't have to sit and watch and wait while ChatGPT runs through and does the creation process. So once you're in the members area, click on BookCover Studio AI. It'll take you through to the main pages. Let's click on through, and there's the PDF guide here that you can open up. This is the link for the GPT itself, and I'll put this demo video underneath this as well. All you then need to do is click on the link here for Open GPT in a new window. That will then open up the GPT in ChatGPT, and you'll notice down in the bottom left you can see this is a free account that I'm running, not a paid account. I will demonstrate it in a paid account as well because there's slight differences in the responses you get from ChatGPT, but you don't need the paid version. This is the free version, and all you then need to do is choose one of these options which fits with what you want to do. Usually it's one of the first two, so create book visuals is where you're really starting from scratch and you just need to put in some basic information about your book like the title, subtitle, author name, audience, tone, things like that. It will ask you the questions for the relevant information, which I'll show you in a second. Or if you've got an existing cover that you want to work with, then go for the second option and just copy and paste your book cover into here and upload it for ChatGPT to have a look at. Okay, let's move over to one that I've previously done. So for this, I basically chose that first option of create book visuals. Then it says, do I want to create cover art or create a mock-up? I've gone with option number one, and it needs these 6 pieces of information. And all I did was quickly make up some information. This is not a real book. This is just some random information that I set up. So title, Tide Remains. The tagline is washed up, washed out, there's always another day. Author name, Greta Matthews. Fiction rather than non-fiction. Genre, I don't know all the genres, so I just made something up. Dark detective, mystery, thriller. And what mood? Well, I've gone with coastal city, cold, and night. Now it will then come back with 3 potential options from that information. If we scroll down, you can see them here. So our cover directions possibilities that it's come up with are harbour ghosts, the drowned city, and a cold case tide. Now you could say come up with 3 more if you don't like any of those, but all I've done is gone ahead and say let's go with number 3 because I liked the sound of that one, and you can see that is the book cover that it's made for me from that particular option. Let me move this down a little bit so you can see more of the book cover. So there we go. That's what it came up with from option 3. You can see it's a very sharp book cover ready to use. But what I've then done is I said, please give me number 1 as well so I can compare and see what the difference is between the two and see which one I like. Remember, if you don't like what it comes up with, change it. Ask for a different direction. Ask for a different style. I can ask this to make it a lot lighter. I can ask it to change the colors, whatever I want to. Obviously, to keep this demo quick, I'm not going to do that though. So that's the second version it came up with, and I actually preferred that one. So I then said, let's stick with number 1. Let's create a book mock-up with this, and it did so. So that took another, I don't know, 30 seconds to a minute, and it's created that for me. If I click on that, you can see there it is, and all I need to do is click on download and save that to my local hard drive, and I've got my mock-up ready to go. If I scroll down, you can see I then said, what other promotional materials can we create? And it's given me a long list of things we can do. Social media ad creatives, Amazon store banners, animated 3D book promo posters. Now bear in mind, I did actually choose this one, but in order to make it animated, you'll probably need another AI tool because ChatGPT can't make animation GIF style images at the moment. It probably will in the future. Quote cards, countdown launch graphics, mock-ups and product renders, marketing and branding, there's a lot. So all sorts of different ones, and you can run through each of them one by one or just pick out the ones that you need right now. So I think I went with number 3 and then number 1 and then number 4. So let's scroll down. Here we go. This was number 3. If I click on that, you can see this book part here with the right animation tool that would animate that and make it a moving part of the graphic. But you can see all the information we need is there. It's really good quality mock-up. If I scroll down, I said, let's do number 1, please. It gives me a whole variety, and you can simply download that image and crop the bits out that you want. Or you could ask it to do each of these individually. So having checked them, you could say, yes, now I want the Instagram post, or now I want the Facebook post, and ask it to just reproduce those individually so you can then download those one by one. Let's scroll on down. I also said, let's do number 6, a bookstore shelf mock-up, so you can see what that looks like. And again, just click on it, download it, and you've got it. Now that is all using the free version. Let me scroll this back up so you can see the free version of ChatGPT. Okay, so this works on the free version. Now let's move across to the paid version, and I'll look at a couple of other examples. Okay, so now we're in the paid version of ChatGPT. I'm on the Plus account here, which is $20 a month, so it's not a massive amount. And I should point out there doesn't seem to be any difference in the quality of the graphics between the two versions. The difference is the paid version, you get a lot more detail back out of it as to what the options are and how you can change things and things like that. But you don't really need it because you can just tell the free version what you want. Anyway, so again, I'll run through this reasonably quickly. This is creating a series of different books, and you can see the details for each of them. So the first one I've gone with a title of The 5 a.m. Advantage by Matthew Brooks, Own Your Morning, Elevate Your Life, bit about the audience, bit about the tone, bit about the positioning. You'll notice that is more than we put in before. You can put this much information into the free version. I've just gone with a bit more detail. As is always the case with AI, the more information you give it, the more context you give it, the better results you're likely to get out of it. Okay, so let's scroll down. It gives me some different options. It gives me ideas about the potential 3 directions for the cover. So number 1, the quiet power hour. Number 2, the morning operating system. Number 3, before the world wakes. And it gives you a recommendation for that. I've actually gone with number 2 because I prefer that. So I've given it again a bit more detail just to tell it what I want from that, narrow in. And again, once we scroll down, it will get to the bit with the cover. Actually, okay, it's giving me more information. This is where the paid version comes in. It's giving me a lot more feedback and detail about how it's going to create this, so I can tweak a lot more if I want to. Then it comes up with the cover because I asked it to do so. So really nice looking cover. Scroll down. Then I've said, right, let's do some realistic book mock-up concepts that I can use for marketing, and please include 4 different variations. So again, come up with what you want. We do have a manual where it covers a lot of these extra styles and things that you can use to give you ideas. So marketing and mock-up concepts. Got all 4 of those, and if we scroll down, if I click on this, you can see we've got the book cover and 4 different mock-ups. I could then ask it to create each of those individually and just get the image for each one of those, and again download it. So this is sort of a mock-up to see which ones I like, pick which one I like and tell it to go ahead and produce that. I'd probably go with this one here. I think that's the nicest on the desk. Let's scroll on down. Now create a promotional graphic for this book. Purpose, text to include, supporting text, and it's done so. So I've got the promotional graphic that I can use on LinkedIn, on Facebook, etc. And I could also ask it to target it in for a particular platform if I wanted to. Then I've said, please summarize the full visual asset pack created for this book. And we've got a long list of what's done and other things that we can then do if we want to, extra bits that it can create. So next I've moved on to another book, different niche, different style. This is Cozy Mystery, and you can see the book title, subtitle, author, audience that it's intended for, style, color palette, motifs. Again, you don't need to put in as much detail as this, but if you've got an idea in your head and you know your book, then you should use that to make it more specific to your book and your content. Again, if I scroll down, it gives me 3 different options here, 1, 2, and 3. I think I went with number 1. There we go. So that's my new cover for Murder at Maple Lane. You'll see, again, very different style. And again, I can just run through creating the different mock-ups and promotional images based on that book. Now, when you're using this, I would recommend that you keep each book project in a separate chat so that it just has the information for that one book in that chat. Otherwise, it can get confused. I've done it this way simply because I'm using this for the demonstration. So a couple more examples. Another one, the trust advantage for Daniel Reeves, how to build credibility before you sell, what kind of style it is, what kind of color palette it is. And again, we get 3 different options. Choose which option you want. Once we get past that, I chose which one I want, and there is the final book cover. And again, roll through into the promotional material. One more example here. This is actually two more. AI where you work. Use AI inside the browser without prompt friction. This is actually for a launch that I'm doing myself, a bit of software that I'm launching. Again, you get 3 separate options. If you don't like them, ask it to create another 3 and give it reasons why you don't like them so it can narrow it in. So it created a book cover for me for that. This one, frankly, I think is a bit busy with too much on it. So I would probably ask it to tidy it up and make it simpler to keep the concept a bit cleaner. I think that often works better with book covers. And the last one I did was the local AI visibility checklist for local AI stuff. Got a subtitle, got the brand, got the audience. And if we scroll down again, 3 different options. What did it give me? There we go. It actually gave me 2 options to choose from, and I can swap between those 2 options, and I picked the one that I preferred. And again, downloaded that, ready to go. Okay, I've got one more example for you. This is a quick one where instead of starting from scratch, I've uploaded an existing book cover that I had, and I've said, please make this book cover more clean and professional looking. And if you look at the title and format there, if I scroll up, you'll see this is better. This is more eye-catching. It's cleaner. I think it's a much better version of the book. So this is from an existing cover. And then I've said, okay, what else can we do with it, basically? And it's given me a long list of all the different types of graphics that we can create within BookCover Studio AI. And all I've done is said, let's run through them one by one, starting with number 1. So it gives me the hero graphic. Then we've got the promotional graphic with more information on it. And again, when you get something like this, if you're not entirely happy with it, ask it to change whatever aspect of that image that you want until you get it to what you're actually happy with. Let's scroll on down. What do we do next? Number 3. So another post social media graphic, and then a book cover that's in PNG format. So it's got a transparent background. That's an example where we've taken an existing book cover that we have, uploaded it and said, right, run through the different graphics that we can create with this, and a mock-up as well on a desk. And all I need to do is each one of those, click on them. When it comes up, click on the download, save that to my local hard disk, and we're done. That's how easy it is to use BookCover Studio AI to create very professional looking book covers, graphics, promotional materials, mock-ups, whatever you need for your book project. Okay, that's probably slightly longer the demo than I intended. Basically, if you have a book, ebook, guide, report, lead magnet, or digital product that needs to look more professional, BookCover Studio AI gives you a faster way to create the visual assets around it that you need. You can use it to create the cover, to create realistic mock-ups, you can use it to create promo graphics, and you can use it to build a full visual asset pack from one core idea. Even if you don't have the book cover already, it will create that for you as well. You don't need design experience. You don't need to learn complicated design platforms, and you don't need to keep guessing your way through the part of publishing that most creators struggle with at the end. If your book already deserves attention, it deserves a great looking cover. This makes sure that you have that ready to go and it gets the attention that it deserves. BookCover Studio AI is available now from aimadeforbusiness.com. Thank you very much.